Okay, Stephanie here. Hello again. So I saw the question recently, or I was asked, I don't know if I was specifically asked, but I saw this question asked, how do I get more motivation? Well, y'all, be prepared for this answer. You don't. And just stick with me for a second, okay? Hear me out. Um, Here's the thing, motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind. I mean, like, think about the last time you like had all of this abundance. You're like, oh, I'm so motivated, I'm going to get the thing done. You bust your butt, and then what happens, it starts to go it starts to peter out, and then you're like, your brain gives you all of these excuses why you find everything you can to not do the thing. You're not motivated anymore. And here's the other thing. You believe those excuses, not necessarily that you believe in, but you agree with those excuses. Let's put it that way. And it becomes this emotional roller coaster of up and down, up and down. And I like roller coasters. They are fun in the moment, but it's so exhausting in your body and in your brain, like this mental energy of always trying to find more and more motivation. It's very exhausting. And no, no judgment and no shame. This is just how we're wired. It's how our brain, it's how our primitive brain works. Like, you're not broken, your brain isn't broken. It's not a you problem, it's a human problem. So here's the truth, and this may surprise you. I had like no motivation to make this video, to write the email that goes along with it. My brain was like offering, oh, you can do it later, you can do it tomorrow, you can do it this weekend, it's not a big deal. It gave me all of that. So I am like no different than you. I'm just as human as you. Even with all of the work that I've had in my life with coaching and things like that, my brain gives me these excuses as well. But what sets me, I hate to use this word, apart, and I'm not bragging or anything like that, and I'm so not perfect at this. It's just that I have become a person. I have done the work to have the identity of a person that keeps my word to myself. I keep my commitments to myself. All right. And so, but we've been taught that if you just give us all the information, give me the formula, show me how to do it, tell me how to do it, and then I'll go do that. So let me ask you, how is that working for you? If you're like me, it's not. Like, because I would much rather watch TV, go find something to eat, go, if I'm supposed to be doing one thing, I'd rather go do some gardening or something like that, like things that seem more fun to me. And believe me, I love doing this, but there's just times I just don't want to do it. We always fall back to an identity that we created for ourselves, and sometimes we don't even realize what that identity is. We just have lived it for so long, sometimes back from our childhood, that it's just become, it's who we are, and we start to believe that's who we are. I've said this many times before, and I will say it again. Being informs doing. If food equals love, no amount of knowledge will make you believe that it's for fuel. You can tell yourself that a million times, you can read it a million times, but you're always going to default back to what you believe about food until you change that identity about food. If relationships trigger abandonment, or you're afraid something's going to happen to that relationship, you're going to show up probably as neediness, graspiness, something like that. I know it's different for different people. And you can listen to all of the podcasts, read all the books about relationships, you can fill your head with knowledge, but those triggers will be there until you start to create an identity where you believe deep, you just know deep and down to your core, your worth and your value. No, and here back to motivation. No amount of motivation is going to keep you going. You always have to be mustering up all of this motivation. And like I said, it's exhausting. So what if there was another way? What if you just became who you are? Impossible? No. I know you may be listening to this right now and it feels impossible, but it's not. Work? Yes. It is daily work, and it's not grinding work. It's not like hustling work. It's a beautiful work that we're becoming, you're creating lasting change. And it's change that sticks because you are creating a new identity. And once again, identity, being who you are, will inform your doing. And it's like I said, it's not through grinding or forcing yourself to do it, but this beautiful process of becoming. So this is something I'm going to be talking about on January 6th, 2026, coming up at 5 p.m. Central Time. We're going to work through this with goals, because goals are a special tool. That's all they are. They're just a tool that actually helps reveal who you see yourself to be, and then you get to choose who you want to become. And I'm going to help you through that process of becoming. And once again, it's not through grinding, it's not through force, it's just by revealing, recognizing who you've believed yourself to be, and making a conscious, intentional choice that, like, I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to become a person that doesn't muster up the motivation, but rather it's just part of my being. All right. So I would invite you to do that, or invite you to come. You do have to register. There are limited spots. You do get a workbook to follow through with it. There will be a recording that you can listen to later, or listen to over and over again and follow with your notebook. And then, if you don't want to wait that long, please contact me and we can talk about how you can get started on this right away. All right. It is my honor and my pleasure to be able to do this. And let me just tell you this, right? Just as I'm talking to you about this, inside of you can't see it, but maybe you can feel it as I'm talking to you. But inside of me, that motivation, that feeling of like eagerness and like excitement is actually, that I did not have when I first started this, is actually, I'm actually creating that inside of me as I'm talking to you about that. Isn't that amazing? So anyway, I can't wait to see you there. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.